As we're about a week away from the start of the NBA season, the question on a lot of Knicks fans' mind is what to expect from this team. This is a team that, unlike a lot of Knicks teams over recent years, this is a contender. This is a realistic contender, and what are realistic expectations for this team? Should it be NBA Finals or bust? Should it be NBA Championship or bust? Or is it something as simple as another Eastern Confernce Finals berth for a team that went to their first one in 25 years last year? What should the expectations be for Knicks fans? Before we get into that, make sure you hit the subscribe button, comment below what you think the expectation should be, and subscribe to Backman Sports. I'm a New York Knicks fan myself. The question going into this season, like I posed, what to realistically expect from the Knicks? Before we look at this season, let's look at last season. They lost to Indiana in the Eastern Confernce Finals, a series that, they probably on paper should have won. On the court, Indiana was the better team. Indiana beat them, but you have to look at it. If you're the Knicks, you win game one, it's maybe a different series, but coulda, woulda, shoulda. Can't go back in a time machine and fix it. Knicks lose to the Eastern Conference champion, Indiana Pacers, in the Eastern Conference Finals. If you remember last year, they were ahead of schedule. This is a team in their prime. I say that because Brunson, Hart, Cat, Bridges, OG, Mitchell Robinson, all of these guys are in and around the same age and in their prime. This team was ahead of schedule last year. Who thought they would beat Boston? In the first year of all these guys together, remember the Cat trade was right before training camp, they were ahead of schedule, defeating the Boston Celtics in the second round. I mean, if you remember the first round against Detroit, many people picked Detroit to pull the upset on the Knicks. So now, the Knicks last year were ahead of schedule. This year, they're right on schedule, and they're also in a weak Eastern Conference. And that's the biggest thing. When you look at the expectations, say a healthy Boston was coming back, a healthy Indiana was coming back, then you look at it and say, the East, along with the Knicks and the Cavaliers, man, that's going to be a tough top of the conference. But now you look at it. It's the Knicks and the Cavs for easily the top two spots in the East. You have to also look at teams like Orlando and Atlanta made nice offseason acquisitions. They're going to be an issue in the East as well. A Detroit Pistons team that'll be there. And of course you have Giannis with the Bucks. I don't see Milwaukee doing too much, but it still is Giannis. The Knicks by far are with the Cavs at the cream of the crop. Those are the two teams that when you look at it, it's thumb to and everybody else. There's levels in the Eastern Conference, and the Knicks and the Cavs are ahead of that. So, that automatically say you just do a sim, right? Those are the two teams. You sim to the Eastern Conference Finals. Last year, many fans would have loved a conference finals appearance. You tell fans before the season start, that's what you get. 10 times out of 10, they take that. You tell fans that this year, they're going to say that might be a disappointment because it should be finals or bust. So is that a realistic expectation for this team? NBA Finals or bust. And then you get to the finals and you deal with whoever makes it out of the crapshoot. That's the Western Conference. Is that a fair expectation and realistic expectation for the Knicks? I believe so. I think the New York Knicks are NBA Finals or bust. That's what their expectation should be for the season. I'm not saying it's a disappointment if they don't. I'm saying their expectation should be finals or bust because of the factors I just listed. Players in their prime, they're on schedule, a weak Eastern Conference. A lot of people blame the head coach, Tom Thibodeau. He's gone. The bench has been improved. Mike Brown, the head coach at the helm. Jordan Clarkson. They brought back Landry Shamet. Malcolm Brogdon seemingly is going to get a role and a roster spot on this team. Yabusele, a good piece. This is a Knicks team, again, that has Jalen Brunson, Karl Anthony Towns, and for each player, Jalen Brunson, you just got to be Jalen Brunson. Cat, I'm expecting a good, big year out of Cat. I think him at the 4 is going to be wonderful. I think him paired with Mitchell Robinson stays healthy, I think will be fantastic. OG, we saw spurts last year when he turned into an offensive demon on the court. We already know what he does on defense. Offensively, showed that, okay, we don't need that every game, but bring that out on spurts. Mikal Bridges, the wild card. I think he will have a more consistent year under Mike Brown. I don't think he and Tibbs really got along and really meshed well. I think Bridges will have a consistent year. He doesn't have to be the Knicks' number 2 guy. That's the biggest thing. He doesn't have to go out there and score 20 plus. They have 2 other guys, Brunson and Cat, that can do that. Bridges, you score 16, 17, maybe even 14 to 15. That's huge. Mikal Bridges, I think, will be more consistent. We saw the energy, the enthusiasm in the playoffs last year. I think he's going to bring that more on a nightly basis. Not saying he didn't last year. I'm just saying I think Mikal Bridges, he'll get off to a quick start and it won't be an issue. Last year, his shooting got off to a worrisome start and all those stories and rumors came out about him changing the shot. I think this year he'll get off to a fast start and we won't have to worry about that with Mikal Bridges. This is a team set up to win the Eastern Conference. And you look at it for the Knicks, you took care of the Cavs a few years ago in the playoffs. That was with Donovan Mitchell. The Cavs, granted Darius Garland was injured last year. They have not been a team to show you playoff success that you'd want to see from a team that does so well in the regular season like they have. For the Knicks, some might say they've overachieved in the postseason the last couple years, beating Boston, going to the Eastern Confernce Finals, making the second round 2 years ago and 3 years ago as well. This is a team that has shown up in the postseason. You have one of the clutchest players in the world, Jalen Brunson. So for the Knicks, the realistic expectation, while it is a lot on the Knicks and they haven't seen it in a while, the expectation is finals or bust this year. It's going to be a fun year at MSG in Madison Square Garden. Let me know in the comments what you think the expectation should be for the Knicks. Comment below, like this video, and subscribe to Backman Sports. That's all I got for you. Go check out Court Vision with me and my co-host Vincent Zakian right here on this channel.